What's going on, guys? Back at you with another video here today. Today we are going to talk about, real quick, let me interject. Just got back from Chow, did accountability formation, and it is about 100 degrees out. At least it hit 100 today. I don't know what it is now. It's still hot as balls. Which is going to lead into the next subject of health and nutrition. So we're going to talk about food, we're going to talk about hydration, and we're going to talk about exercise and PT, I'm sorry. So first thing is, when you get to basic, you will have 3 different types of meals. You're going to have MREs, which are everybody's favorites, meals ready to eat. Stuff lasts for like 46 years. You're going to have hot A's, which is basically the DFAC brought to you, kind of like a serving style at a cookout. Choices are what they are. You either take it and eat it, or you don't and you go hungry. And then you can always go to the DFAC if it's scheduled for you. So in basic, I think our first 3 meals, once we actually got to our basic battalion, was MREs. There's some that are really good, some that are just absolutely terrible. You'll have some that come with candy. You'll have some that come with crappy drink mix pouches and everything. You know, you'll have occasional things that'll be like, you know, fruit punch, orange, or you'll get like mocha cappuccino with Irish cream. It's hit and miss. Some of them, like I said, are good. They got some good stuff. There's some very, very well balanced nutrition out of those. Only problem is when you eat them consistently, it messes with you. Your stomach will start to, when your body's first adjusting to it, you'll notice it. Hot A's. I don't know exactly how they plan the hot A's. They kind of do it based off of, I know when we went to the field a few times, we had hot A's. But then there's some times where it's like you think you're going to the DFAC, all of a sudden they pull up hot A's. I don't know if it's just time restraints or if they've got something else going on, whatever. But normally they give you 2 different proteins, and you don't choose which one you get. It's just every other gets one. So they might have like a breaded pork chop, and the next person may get, like a grilled hamburger patty. We used to always swap each other in lines, like, hey man, I want this, you want to swap? Yeah, cool. If not, well, you get stuck with whatever you get. Then there's normally salad, some type of vegetable, and some potatoes, something, about 4 or 5 things of food you get, and then a little styrofoam coffee cup style of juice. So you get that, you eat, and maybe an apple or banana, orange with it, something. So that's hot A's. Those are normally pre-planned for whatever reason. If the whole company's not there, you either eat MREs or hot A's, and they split it up. But then you go to the DFAC, and I'll tell you what, breakfast DFAC is probably everybody's favorite meal of the day. You show up, and you get your cereal, you get pancakes or waffles, maybe French toast sticks, depending on the day, scrambled eggs, cholesterol-free eggs, turkey bacon, grilled bacon, bunch of different choices, and then salad bars with a bunch of choices too. So when you go to the DFAC, they label everything with either green, yellow, or red. Green being highest in nutrition, best stuff for you, it's going to help you perform good, all the good stuff. And they've got it labeled. So, and then you get to your yellow options, which are like, hey, it's all right to have, just try to watch your intake of it. Normally your breakfast choices, you don't get too many green. It's a lot of yellow and then occasional red. But your yellows are like, you know, higher in calories, a little less performance of giving food. So there's that. And then you got red, which are like, hey, do this stuff every once in a while. Don't go crazy on it because it's going to just make you suck. Normally that's the stuff that tastes the best, but it's not good for you. So that's that. When you get to AIT, you go to the DFAC almost, well, I shouldn't say almost every meal. You go to the DFAC for every meal, except for a few times where once we were in ordnance, we had a funeral we had to go to. We got MREs if we wanted. And then when I came to quartermaster side doing our field training exercises, we had 4 MREs and we had hot A's twice. So it's not bad. It's nice to have a mix up. You get a little bit more variety when you get MREs and hot A's. You know, I should say MREs. Hot A's is still DFAC, but so it's nice to have. Sorry, freaking allergies are killing me today. But so moving on from the food part of it, we're going to talk about hydration aspect. It's hot. It's only going to stay hot. It's not going to get cool anytime soon. Like I said, today it was 100 degrees. We did PT. We were drenched. We did 60-120. So for those of you that don't know what that is, you sprint for 60 minutes, then you walk for you sprint for 60 seconds. Yeah, right. And then you walk for 2 minutes. So it's a good way to increase your lung capacity. So I've got my nifty Samsung smartwatch here that tracks your workouts and everything. So when I get ready to run, I set it up. It'll tell me my average mile pace. It'll tell me how long I've been working out, heart rate. It'll actually GPS track where I've been going. Granted, going around the track, it's just going to make a circle, so it's no big deal. But it tells you a lot of cool information. So far today, I think my heart rate was a max of 210 beats per minute, and that was doing a straight 60-second balls to the wall sprint. I can definitely see that I'm getting an increase in stamina since I've joined the Army. I remember my first PT test, I think I walked a lap and a half out of 8 laps to do a 2 mile, and now it's like I run these laps and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, wow, you know, I just ran 350 meters in a minute, and that's after like our 7th time. So it's pretty cool. So as long as you can keep up on the PT and you watch what you eat and you make sure you hydrate, you can see yourself progressing. It's not going to be like boom, like that. You know, it's kind of like when they say in Bowflex, you see results in as little as 3 weeks. Well, in the Army, you'll see results in as little as how hard you push yourself. If you just, then you're not going to see results. But if you get it, if you go for it, you're going to see it. I know some of you have been watching my Facebook page where we were doing muscle strength failure, which is basically push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups. You're working your body out as opposed to your anaerobic system. And in a minute, I went from doing 50 push-ups to in a little over a minute doing 90. So, and that's just in maybe 2-3 weeks. And that's just pushing, never giving up. You know, yeah, you get tired, but in 2 minutes, I got to hit 73 or 75 push-ups to hit 100 on my PT test. I don't want to hit just that. I want to go beyond it. Granted, it doesn't count once you get over your passing score. I mean, it does. Don't get me wrong, because if you hit a certain score, you can get an additional badge for your ASUs for it. But you can never stop being too good. My brother-in-law, you know, not going to go into too much details, but he is advancing in his age, and he's still blowing PT scores out of the water with, I believe it's 7 or 8 knee surgeries, and he's putting some people my age and younger to shame. So you can never stop being better. With that too comes hydration. I know I hinted at it earlier, but now is the time that you've got to really, really make sure that you're staying hydrated, because you become a heat casualty if you don't. And people, you know, it's different. Some people from down south, they're like, man, this heat ain't nothing. I'm from Ohio, and we don't really see 100 degrees plus the humidity, so I get miserable. And I've had worse allergies with this weather. It's really, really dry here, dusty, but humid at the same time, if that makes sense. So about once or twice a week, I get a real bad flare-up with the allergies, and in and out of the heat and cold is not really helping, but it is what it is. So, but make sure you hydrate, everybody, whether or not you're working out or what, because it takes a split second for you to become a heat casualty, and then it can really screw with your body. The Army does a standard, or it has a chart to display your hydration level based off the color of your urine. So basically, I'm sure 90% of you may know or better, but the lighter the color, closer to clear, the best. Everything else that's darker, you don't want. Yeah, he's in here. You know, the darker, he doesn't have a road guard vest. The darker your urine, the worse it is. So, and then ultimately, if it starts getting towards a brown color, you need to go see a doctor, because you may be starting to experience kidney failure. What? Yeah, I think it's messed up. So make sure you drink a lot of water. Don't drink over, I think it's 12 quarts in a day, because you can also experience kind of like alcohol poisoning, but it's water poisoning. It's not the proper term. I don't know what it is. So, but just make sure you're drinking enough. You know, Gatorade, water. Stay away from the sugars. Stay away from the energy drinks. You know, counteract yourself. If you drink one, drink 2 glasses of water for it. We had a kid yesterday, dropped as a heat cat, and just wasn't drinking water. Me personally, I hate water. I really, really hate water. And I think I've drank more water in the last 6 months of my life than I probably have in the last 23 years that I've been alive. So, I mean, you can test it to anybody I worked with, man. I'd walk in with a case of Monster in one hand, a Polar Pop in the other, and in my pocket I had another Monster ready to go. And I would drink all that in a day, plus a couple Mountain Dews or something else in between. And I think the only time I drink water is if, hey, you know what? A Propel doesn't sound that bad. But that's the only way I could drink water is if it was flavored, or unless I was completely dead, dying of thirst. And I was like, you know what? I should probably drink water so I don't freaking pass out in the middle of the floor. So that's all I got for you today. We'll try to keep it short. We're making the videos a little shorter. But hey, for everybody that's been watching the videos, appreciate it. Thumbs up to you guys. My first video I think is almost at 100 views. The second video is trying to catch up there. I think we got around 30. Got 15 subscribers, so appreciate you guys subscribing. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos. If there's anything, like I said, that you want me to touch on, I know we still got a long road ahead. Plenty of stuff to talk about, plenty of stuff I haven't experienced and I'm going to experience. We're going to talk about some goals and stuff later on throughout the week. Like I said, I'm going to try to make a video every day, so we'll see where it goes from there. But hey, you guys have a great 4th. I know we've got 2 days to it. Enjoy yourself, please. Just please be careful. Watch out for everybody out there that's not doing the right things, drinking and driving. Don't be one of those people. Don't risk your life or anybody else's. Somebody out there loves you and will really miss you if you end up having anything bad happen. So have a great night and stay cool.